Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tradesman Experience. This is the podcast built by tradesmen for tradesmen. My name is Josh, and across the table is, of course, Mr. Nate Newton. Nate, how are you, sir?
It's a fucking beautiful day in the Carson Valley, you know? Got a little snow rolling in.
Nice to see those mountains covered in snow.
All dusty and whatnot. Yeah. I don't know, it started snowing yesterday. I'm like, dude, it's fucking October right now. Like, what the fuck is... Or, no, yesterday was the first day of November, huh? But, yeah, I don't know. The last couple of years, we've been kind of drought conditioned, so... But then we get hit with something really wild in the beginning of the season. Then we get hit really wild in the spring. But
yeah,
during the middle of winter, there isn't dick.
Haven't had much of a winter, like heavy snowfall the last couple of years.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Maybe we'll have a good winter.
We'll see. Fingers crossed.
It's nice to see.
Yeah, it is. You know? I mean, as long as there's snow on those mountains, it's fucking gorgeous around.
And I like winter.
Yeah.
I'm not a summer person.
I have my qualms with both, but I mean, being the larger gentleman that I am, I'm very sweaty, so I do much better in the winter.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Springtime is like my perfect. That's where I do the best because this valley is gorgeous in the springtime. Everything blooms. It's all green. The mountains are there. There's still snow on them. Mm-hmm. It's just the right temperature, and you're acclimated to it from the winter. So, like, it'll be 56 degrees out, and I'm like, I'm getting on the bike and going for a ride. Yeah. You know, I'm not going up to the lake or anything, but I'll ride out to VC or something.
I'm shocked at how fast the trees change color here.
Oh, yeah, all the aspens and whatnot.
It's just,
yep,
like one and done.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, because it goes from like, I mean, you saw what that transition looked like. It went from pretty warm to...
Yeah, it was 70, 5 days ago, 6 days ago, and...
It was a high of fucking 40-something today or whatever.
Yeah, snowing, so...
Can you blame the trees? They're like, fuck this, we're done. Yeah.
Just gone. Just shuck everything off and go to sleep.
Yeah.
No, it's good to see the wintertime coming up.
Mm-hmm.
I posted on Instagram, Monday was my last day at the property.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I've...
Turn in another chapter.
Yep. And, you know, it's always interesting to see if you have an influence on people, you know, at the time that you spend somewhere, regardless of what it is. It's not job specific. It's just when you get to spend time with people, which I'm fortunate enough that Emma and I work together at the properties on Monday, and Emma also is a part of the Tradesman Experience on Fridays. You know, so she comes in on Fridays and works, and she does all the editing and helps me with a lot of the shit behind the scenes. But I met her at the property. You know, her boyfriend's there, Becca the Beast is there, the family that I worked for. It was a really good experience. I got to learn a lot. I got to meet some pretty interesting people that I would have never met before because wealthy people know wealthy people. And
bunch
getting
of
those
strange cats,
it's
there's always
a different lifestyle,
dude. And I feel like, you know, depending on what tier of wealthy they are, they all seem to have like the same look in their eye all the time. Like it's kind of consistent across all of them.
Well, the gentleman that owns the property has got to be one of the kindest people I've ever met. You know, he's so laid back and generous and kind, and it was a really good experience. And it was kind of an abrupt leave because I recognized that I needed to make a decision. I had been postponing it, so I was there 1 week, and I had informed him that the following week, you know, would be my last day there. And of course, it's not like I left them high and dry. I'm still working to communicate, to coordinate the things that we had in motion and certain things like that. But, you know, your last day anywhere, you always get an opportunity to kind of reflect and go, man, I think I was there a year and a half or something like that.
Did some cool shit.
Really, really cool shit, man. We did some amazing things in that house and around that property. And
shit, so did we.
Yeah, which is where my introduction came from.
Yeah.
You know,
that
insane
fire pit.
Yeah. And then the fire pit moved into the spiral staircase.
Then we did the targets out there. Yeah, we do
all the silhouettes.
Yeah.
All the animal silhouettes.
Oh, the animal silhouettes. Yep. Yeah. I love working for places like that because it's always some weird off the wall shit. They're like, this is what I'm envisioning. Build me something. And it's like, cool. We'll build you whatever the fuck you want. You know? Yeah. So that was we still have the big ram. Because they wanted all life-size cutouts of these animals, and the fucking laser cutter were like, hey, dude, just cut them out to life size. And they can cut out a 5x10. Well, the silhouette of the ram that we had fit on a 5x10 like perfectly. This thing is 10 feet tall. We get it back from the laser cutter, and we're like, dude, you ever seen a fucking ram before? Like, he's like, that was the biggest I could cut it on the sheet. I'm like, we said life size. He's like, oh, that's right. I thought you, like, dude, it's like 5 times the size of a grizzly bear.
It's
like,
enormous. It's right out of your office window.
Yeah, right? Matt painted it the other day.
He did.
He did. He's like, I want to see if I can see it from the road. You know, by that roundabout. So,
what color?
White and brown. He tried to paint the fucking horns, and I'm like, dude, it looks like somebody shit on top of this fucking thing.
Man. So yeah, that that experience, the time that I spent there, the people that I got to meet, the team that I got to be a part of and lead, it was all a great experience. But at some point, you have to go all in on what it is that you want, and what it is that you want to create, build, be known for. And we've talked about, if you want to take the island, you have to burn the ships. And that was me burning the last ship.
Who's going to carry the motherfucking boats? Sorry, that was completely counterproductive what you were saying there.
David Goggins, I don't think was back then. But, but it's like, no, I realized the distraction that it was creating from this, from the podcast, the coaching, the branding, the social media, the marketing, the awareness. I had a meeting today. We're getting everything lined up to launch the merch. We're going to hit the market with six shirts to start, and we're going to continue to create merchandise, create swag, I guess is the street term. And then the online course, those are coming. That's going to be so we have the toolbox, right? The online subscription, the short videos, the small video library, if you will. The other one is going to be a job box, and it's going to be big pieces, big online courses, probably maybe somebody might even be a couple hours. They're going to be broken up into trainable sections. So we're in the inception stage of developing the job box, so people can buy online courses for. The first one we're going to launch out is the RVT training, the repairman versus technician. So any company that is in the residential service industry can purchase that online course. They have it. It's theirs then. And they can show it, use it in training, however they see best benefits their company. So we're working to build that. And I just didn't have time anymore to spend at the property. So
always forward.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Here we are. Yeah. But the, kind of a quick side note to that is like everything that we've been able to do with the coaching, with the podcast, with the toolbox has all been really word of mouth. So I'm asking people to continue to tell people about the podcast.
Get some value out of this shit, fucking tell somebody.
Share it on social media. Share it with other business owners or people that you work with. Just share that information to get that out there, because we are really working to elevate the skilled trades as a whole. Yeah, everyone. And my approach to that is through leadership. Our conversations revolve so much around leadership, and because that's what I know works. Right. And I've seen the recipe work again and again and again and again.
And it works in every industry. That's the thing.
It really does.
This isn't even just narrowed out to the trades. I mean, we have people that are nurses that come to us and tell us that they've gotten a bunch out of it. We've had bankers tell us the same thing. People that are in finance, people that are doing retail. It's leadership's leadership. It's behavior. So why would that not apply to whatever you're doing?
Right. And no, I like that point, because some of the material that I create may not be specific to those industries. They're going to be specific to skilled trades, but the leadership training is...
Yeah, that's universal.
That's universal.
Yeah.
everyone can benefit from it. Everyone can use it. And as we've been doing this for January will be 3 years.
Jesus Christ.
We continue to see a tremendous need, but the want. Mm-hmm. You know, this overexhausted thought process of too much work and not enough people is creating a false sense of success and security. Mm-hmm. And people are sacrificing the sustainability of their company because they're not looking inward. Mm-hmm. They're only looking outward.
Yeah, well, I don't know if there is a downturn coming. I get different information from financial people. I get different information from construction people. You know, people that have been at it for a long time and know what they're doing. Trust me, if anybody knew how to time the fucking market, they wouldn't be working. You know, so
right.
I mean, but at the end of the day, do you want? I mean, if something does downturn, you want to have the tools to be able to survive that. Mm-hmm. But also, why not create a better environment for yourself and the people that work for you and the people that work with you? Mm-hmm. You know, why would you not want that? It's like, well, I'm too busy to figure that out. It's like that you realize that you don't have to be as busy as you think you are. That
right.
most of your time is spent on frivolous shit that you really could get rid of with proper team building, with proper onboarding, and with proper leadership. The most of the shit you deal with throughout the day is some bullshit that's created from your lack of ability to lead.
I was having a conversation based on that point a few weeks ago, and same thing. All this work, not enough people, common narrative. Mm-hmm. So I asked him, what do you need to say no to?
Drugs.
And he was like,
dare kicking. Dare training kicked in. Dare kicking.
Dare kicking. I said, what do you need to say no to? Well, we don't have anything. So, he was continuing and this and that. And again, I said, all right, well, what do you need to say no to? Man, we got this client, we're doing this market. And finally, the fourth or fifth time, as we were concluding our conversation, I said, listen, I know you don't want to hear this question, but what is it that you need to say no to?
You just dodged it the whole time.
Yeah. And I said, you really need to evaluate what it is that you need to say no to. And there's a lot of companies that don't understand that they can't afford to say yes to certain things, but they don't understand that about their business. Mm-hmm. They don't understand that about their overhead operating expense, their man rate per hour. Mm-hmm. And if you don't know those things, you don't have control of your business. You don't understand your overhead costs and your finances. You're not developing yourself as a leader. Your knee-jerk reaction is to say yes to everything, or you get the bullshit answer. It's like, yeah, we can do it, but it'll be 3 or 4 months. And so you continue to stockpile this back burner of people where you're now creating a bad experience for them,
right?
Because the standard market narrative is, well, we're really busy. It's going to be a while before we can get to you because we're understaffed or we can't get material. And I'm not saying that those things aren't true. What I'm saying is the way that people approach it is what needs to evolve.
Well, and I think a lot of this stems from not having conversations with the other people in your market. Not having quality relationships with your quote unquote competition. As if it's like, dude, if there's shit you should be saying no to, there's somebody else in the market that should be catering to it, right?
Yes.
So if you don't have those fucking conversations with the people in your market, I mean, you could be doing the things that you're good at making money on. I was just talking with D Wade the other day, the guy from the Fab team that was here, the girls. I was talking with D. I checked out their shop. And he's like, dude, we don't do contracting. I'll never touch a fucking set of handrails. And he's like, yeah, we do all this crazy one-off custom shit. And I'm like, we don't want to fucking touch that anymore. So like, dude, D sent us a guy that he needed a stairwell and some railing put in his house. He sent him our way. D's not a contractor.
Right.
But I got plenty of shit I would love to send D's way.
Right.
Like it's all a matter of if we can get people to travel to Reno for it, So
well, and that was one of the options that I worked in creating in that conversation was, the best way to serve the client is probably to say no, but refer them to someone that you trust can take care of them. Let them work in their strength, their lane.
Yep.
You stay in your lane and stop trying to do all of these things. And by the end of the conversation, he finally grasped and understood what I was really trying to get at. But when you're not at that 30,000 foot view ever, you don't know how many directions you're firing in your company, and you can't move forward if you're doing that. So back to my point on this is, those are the tools that we try to equip people with. Those are the things that we work in leadership development, the toolbox, the job box that's coming up. It's all about equipping them to be better people, better leaders, better business owners. And even if you're not a business owner, just being better at what you do, a better technician, is going to move that needle, is going to influence people, and will ultimately make you a leader.
Yeah.
So that's all coming up. It's all part of the process that we're going through right now. Obviously, I have people behind the scenes that are doing this for me,
right?
Because I have a hard enough time even turning a computer on without wanting to throw it through that brick wall,
right? Yeah,
which I had to walk out of here the other day because I was
about
to lose my mind.
Real quick before we get started on tonight's content, though, I am going to a wedding this weekend. Kyle Eldridge and Sarah Davis, really good friends of mine. They're getting married this weekend, and I just want to give them a shout out and wish them the best of luck. I'm going to be there, but they're avid listeners to the podcast, and they're amazing people. And the shit that I've watched those two overcome throughout the years that they've known each other, they're very impressive people. And you want to talk about the ability to change? It's been one of the coolest things that I've ever watched. And Kyle's coming up, taking over an excavation company, and Sarah's crushing it in the financial advisor market. Like, I got high hopes for these people, and they're really awesome people, and I just wanted to send my love to them.
Awesome.
But, yeah.
Where's the wedding?
Virginia City.
Oh, yeah.
Buddy. They're like, we have shuttles that'll run around. I'm like, thank God, because I am not going to be sober for this.
You do not want to try to come down either one of those roads, although south is near as bad as Geiger grade.
I love Geiger on a motorcycle, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the view is fantastic coming into Reno. Beautiful, beautiful view. So, well, congrats to them. That's exciting.
Yeah.
And thanks for listening to the podcast, guys.
Yeah.
Man.
I'll get a random text message from every once in a while. I'm like, you guys still listen? They're like, we listen every week. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Glutton for punishment.
I know. They both told me that they'll be like, because Kyle will have his earbuds in while he's running like a blade or something. And he's like, I'll say something. He goes, shut up, Nate. He's like, just say it out loud. And he's like, oh, wait, he's not sitting here.
I wonder how many people say that to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I thank you specifically.
Yeah,
I'm going to say us.
I'm the only one here full of shit. Yeah.
Oh, man. Tonight's conversation, you and I were having a business conversation per the norm. And I said, I want to talk about being the best customer. And it's always funny because when I say something, you get this like look on your face. And I'm like, all right, let me explain. let me explain. And so we're gonna go through that tonight. But we talk a lot about vendor relations as one, right? Working to develop that relationship, building communication, building trust, building that expectation. And, the vendor relations is kind of based on being a good customer, but we're going to dive deeper into that. Also, everything from, your vendor relationship, your team relationship, outside contractors, all the way down to how you behave when you sit down at a restaurant or go into your local coffee shop or convenience store. And the idea of being the best customer still revolves around creating the best experience. So that's the conversation we're going to have. And I think back anytime, especially now, but I think all the way back to my first probably 3 months in the HVAC industry. So I'm 20. Yeah, I think I'm 20 years old.
Just like the 70s. Right?
It's the 1870s. HVAC. That doesn't even make sense. Myself and another new hire went to lunch with the owner, and we're sitting there at lunch. The server comes over, and as the norm, kind of in the mundane, "Hey guys, thanks for coming in. How are you doing today?" The owner goes, "Unbelievable." And immediately the body language of that server changed.
Mm-hmm.
Stood up a little taller, got a smile on their face, and said, "Unbelievable. That's great." And then the owner said, "How are you today?" That was, as you would say, 40 years ago, but I'll never forget the impact that that had on that server.
Mm-hmm.
Because in that moment, my boss at the time, my employer, made a decision that he was going to be the best customer that day.
Mm-hmm.
And when that server walked away, he made it a point to have a conversation about it. And he said, "Did you see what happened when I engaged?"
Mm-hmm.
That right there was the really a turning point for me, an unlearnable moment for me in understanding how to be the best customer.
Mm-hmm.
And everything that I've learned has followed that single moment.
Mm-hmm. Hashtag Daymaker. Dude, I mean, if you really think about it, dude, that made that dude's day, right? He got acknowledged, he got seen, and it was from somebody that was upbeat and not fucking yelling at him.
Right.
You know? Because I've worked the service industry long enough that it was, you're either getting berated or people fucking love you. And it's like, you might as well be able to smile through both of them fucking things. But I think that the ultimate conversation about being the best customer is being the Daymaker. Is being that person that you walk in there and you go to sit down to, like, you say you're at a restaurant and you go to sit down to eat. You're like, I'm going to make this motherfucker's day. Mm-hmm. Whether it's with your tip, with your attitude, your eye contact, you know, make him feel seen, whatever. Be like, I'm going to be the best fucking table that this dude is at all day.
Yeah. So I love that point. Star Swipe 20 plus years later, I'm in Denver for the contractor fight, the Mile High Profit Summit. Myself and two other contractors are at dinner, hanging out. Server comes over, same thing. He's like, "Hey, how you guys doing tonight?" "Better than I deserve, man. How's your day?" And it immediately changed the energy. And he said, "Man, I'm having a great day. Thanks for asking." I said, "We're going to be your best table tonight." I set an expectation right out of the gate. Mm-hmm. You know, and he was
now
like,
"You got something to live up to."
That's right. And he was like, "Awesome. Mm-hmm. Guess who is going to do their best to take care of us?" Mm-hmm. And when he walked away, the guys I was with, he was like, one of them said, he goes, that was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. Right.
It's a lot of the training that we do, sales training, RVT training, communication training, leadership training, all revolves around creating the best experience. Mm-hmm. But we're always, everything that we talk about is on the providing side.
Right.
We're the service provider. Mm-hmm. Here's one of the things that frustrates me, and this is why I wanted to talk about this. We go through the motions, we implement these things, and we do a really good job of creating the best experience for the client. However, the moment that we become the client, we haggle, we bitch, we complain, we get frustrated, we don't control our emotions, and we turn the whole experience upside down.
Yep. You become a pain in the fucking ass.
And I don't know why that's a thing.
I think part of it is because the expectation, well, I do this for other people, so why aren't people doing it for me? And it's like, that's the dumbest fucking mindset you could possibly have.
But I like that point. And I agree with that point. I hadn't thought of that.
You agree with it? That because you do it for other people?
No, I agree that your observation is correct.
I gotcha. Okay. I was about to say, hold on. Something's fucking misfiring here, Josh.
No,
You're stroking out?
Like, I know that's not how you think. No, I agree with that observation. I hadn't thought of it, but I think you're right. I think because we work so hard to create an expectation that our expectation is that people are going to do the same.
Right, which is nonsense because they don't know what you know. They haven't. Dude, they're a server at a fucking restaurant. I served tables for like 6 years. You know, I was drunk most of the time. Like, I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I knew nothing about customer service other than the fact that I was very charismatic and I liked it when people liked me. So I made a bunch of money doing it because I was really good at that, you know? Kiss somebody's ass for fucking an hour and a half while they eat their meal. They're all about it, you know? But also, if I were to ever had somebody approach to me in that fashion of, we're going to be your best fucking table tonight, I'd be like, I'm going to put that to the test, motherfucker. Let's go.
Exactly.
And then bouncing off of each other and
matching energy, right? Yeah. We're talking about the food industry, but think about you being a welder, you have a plumber come into your house. Mm-hmm. You already have a set expectation. Everyone always has a set expectation of the provider. Mm-hmm. And you have an expectation of how the call is going to go, how much of a mess that they are going to make or not make, how much the bill is going to be, how well they're going to communicate, and if they're going to be able to make the repair today. So you're
just like, I hope this guy doesn't fuck my house up. Like, that's your expectation.
It's so true.
Yeah.
But we never stop to think, okay, again, how can I be the best customer that this plumber is going to see today?
Well, I mean, because it's like, as much as you want to say, how much is this guy going to fuck my house up? He's walking into that going, how much is this guy going to fuck my day up?
Right.
You know, there's a negative connotation behind it instantly. But if you walk into it like, man, how am I going to make this motherfucker's day?
Yes.
Like, how am I going to be the one he remembers? And when I call, he's going to be like, oh, what's up, Nate? How are you?
Right. So if you approach that being in control of the narrative, then you're able to be that day maker.
Yeah.
And even as a customer. So I think one of the big mistakes that people make, which again, I completely agree with your point, is they don't clarify their expectation. As a customer, it is your responsibility to clarify your expectation without being a dick about it. Mm-hmm. If all you're going to do is haggle price, then expect your customers to haggle your price. Mm-hmm. Don't get bitchy about a customer that's complaining about your price, and then you have someone do work for you on some level, and you complain about the price. Mm-hmm. And also, so to kind of parallel with your point, that narrative may be, well, my fucking customers bitch at me all the time about my price.
Who fucking who?
Exactly.
But do you like that?
Right. So why would you behave that way to someone?
Well, they did, so I get to do it. Shut up, stupid.
So it is your responsibility to make sure that your expectations are clear and easy to understand. Mm-hmm. It's not your responsibility to assume that the other individual just knows what the fuck you want. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Mm-hmm. So communicate with them. Ask questions. Don't focus on the price of something.
Mm-hmm. Focus on the value of it. Well, does this come with this? Like, why?
Right.
You know, like, what does this entail with this dollar sign that you just gave me? And it's like, nobody's going to get offended by that.
If they do,
especially if they know how to sell.
If they know how to sell, they won't.
Yeah.
If they know how to serve, they won't. Mm-hmm. You know. But if they are also emotionally attached to the price, then they will get offended or frustrated or defensive and start to defend the price.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not asking you about the price. If you're going to be the best customer and create the best experience, be that day maker, you need to make sure that you understand what their expectations are and what their delivery and problem solving, food solution, whatever that is, and again, reassure that they know what your expectations are. You know, if someone comes in, and I've worked in some amazing fucking houses doing HVAC. I've worked in 28,000 square foot mansions.
Jesus. What do you even do with that? Like, you have rooms you don't go in.
They had a basketball court in the second level basement.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Second level basement.
Second level. It was a double level basement. So they had 16 or 18 18 or 20-foot ceiling in the gym. So you walked into the basement and then walked down again to another basement to a basketball court.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. But
I mean, good for them, you know? Like,
but, and not to think that you have to have money to have clear expectations. But when you would go into someone's home, if they didn't want you to wear your shoes in the house, they would let you know. They would automatically set that expectation.
yeah, but if somebody told you that in a double wide, you do the same fucking
That's
thing.
my point. It didn't matter the size of the home. Mm-hmm. It was understanding the expectation of the client. Now, we wore the waterproof shoe covers, but occasionally there would be a client that would ask us to go ahead and take our shoes off. So guess what? We took our fucking shoes off.
Yeah. Hopefully they weren't the grungy motherfuckers with all the stuff jammed in the carpet.
No, there was times that we wore shoe covers to protect our shoes.
You're like, ma'am, I'm going to take my shoes off, but can I put the shoe cover back over my socks? Like, it's a little damp in here.
It's, on the other end of that 28,000 square foot mansion is the worst things you can possibly think of.
Right.
I mean, I've never been in Dahmer's apartment, but I've been in
close.
some that are pretty fucking close.
That cornbread story, right?
Oh my God. I'm pretty sure that his wife was in that. Pretty sure. Yeah. After that, I stopped accepting
gifts.
Food gifts, eats and drinks. So anyway, what are you doing to be that best customer?
Mm-hmm. Well, and I think as we start to escalate this conversation into, let's say, like vendors, as you want to be the best customer for your highest quality vendors, right? And with that comes your expectations as well. But you have to fucking communicate and revisit those expectations periodically, And I think that the relationship gets away from us, right? We're like, oh, the relationship's going to carry us through whatever. We can fuck some shit up or, whatever the fuck it is, that whatever turmoil exists within that. And then just be like, oh, well, we're good friends. They'll get it.
I like that point. And I think what you're saying is don't allow the relationship to skew the standard or the expectation.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And as I'm relating that back to my history, I think about going into Carl's house, one of my best friends, his mom and dad's house. We never lowered, limited, or skewed our standard or our expectation of our own performance because of the relationship. Right? So my technicians and myself included still wore shoe covers, still went through the processes.
Oh, Carl worked for you?
No, Carl was one of our clients.
Okay.
It's Heath's dad.
Oh, okay.
So, but when I would go work at their house, I still followed protocol. I still worked to set the best example and create the best experience.
Right.
Right. So I didn't let the relationship skew the expectation.
Yeah, you weren't going to slide because, oh, this is my buddy. I mean, if anything, you should honestly be trying to put on a show at that point.
Right.
You're like, hey, this is what we do. Look at our operation. This is how we treat everybody.
Yeah. Which he called me one day when I was getting the transition period of me going from
male to female.
Tradesman, tradeswoman, tradesgender, whatever. Tradesgender.
Trades any.
From working in the business to on the business, that meant that I had to get out of the service truck. So I called him and I said, Carl, I'm not in a service truck anymore because I'd done his service and maintenance for years at this point. I said, but I'm going to send you a guy I promise you're going to like. He said, all right, no worries. I trust you.
Was it Matt?
It was Marcus.
Oh.
So, and I told Marcus, I said, hey, this is one of my best friends. Just do what you do. I didn't set a different expectation or different. I said, just, do what you do. When he left, Marcus called me and he said, hey, just wanted you to know that Carl is now my client. And it wasn't 5 minutes after I got off the phone with Marcus, Carl called me. Mm-hmm. And he said, hey, I just wanted to call and tell you how amazing Marcus is and how much I appreciate what you guys do and how you do it.
So he wasn't kidding. That is his client now.
Absolutely. And Carl said, I don't want anybody at my house but Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
I said, you got it.
Not even you, Josh.
Yeah, he was like, you would be. Basically, I'd been replaced.
Yeah.
But I think Carl's an exceptional example of being the best customer, right? Because as soon as Marcus pulled up to the house, Marcus gets out, and Marcus had one of those infectious grins. In a nanosecond, you're like, that's my friend.
Right.
You know, I got to go find out what his name is. But that guy's my friend.
Yeah.
And he told me, he said, you know, Marcus stepped out of the truck, had that big smile on, and he said, you don't know Josh, do you? He said, oh, God, you're not going to hold that against me, are you? But Carl was an exceptional client. And when you work to be the exceptional client, you get exceptional service.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Be the best fucking customer. It's so simple. You know, and like you said when we started, man, because I want to reiterate that fact and hammer down on it, that it's like, we want to bitch and complain when we have shithead customers and shithead clients, and then there's a point where we feel like we're entitled to treat somebody else that way.
Yeah.
And that's fucking absurdity, right? I mean, that's crazy to think that way. I couldn't imagine treating any one of my vendors like some of my clients have treated me. Like, that's...
Right.
I'm like, well, dude, that guy was a piece of shit. Fuck that guy. We're never working with him again. But then we'll do that, and then we'll be like, oh, yeah, actually, I'm going to need you to lower your price. I don't haggle anybody on pricing.
Because you understand the expectation.
Right.
And you want the expectation to be met. You focus on the expectation. You focus on the communication, focus on that relationship as a customer. Then you will understand the value of what that price is.
Yeah. Well, but this is also a huge part of this is diversity in your vendor pool as well. So like if, you know, like, cause I don't haggle people on pricing, but when we deal with, you know, whatever's going on in the market, whatever it's lead times, it's pricing, it's whatnot. If I only have one vendor to get stuff from and I don't have anything to check it against, you know, I'd be like, hey dude, you know, we have a really good working relationship, but this guy's coming in at 20% under you. Like, is there, you know, like what?
Right.
I do run a business. I have to make this work.
So that's, again, back to the responsibility of being a customer.
Right. You got to talk to people. You got to fucking communicate, but you have to do your homework and have some sort of a talking point involved there. And it's not even like, hey, I need you to beat this number. It's like, hey man, I need you to get within 10% of this number or something like that. You know, like, do we have the money in there?
Help me understand why there's a difference.
Yeah.
That's all help me understand that.
Right.
Because if there's value there or things that they can take off the table to get that price down, then that's okay. As a customer, whether you're dealing with vendors, you're dealing with contractors, or you are dealing straight with homeowners, it is not the provider, okay? It is not the provider's responsibility to find your money.
Right. That is fucking brilliant. Yes.
So when you start haggling, you're telling that contractor to find your money. If you can't afford it, you can't afford it.
Yeah.
Why are you asking them to sacrifice their sales or devalue what they provide because you don't have the fucking money for it? It's not their job to find your money.
Right. I mean, even with us, we have our non-negotiables, right? And a lot of it's the walk-in traffic. You know, we will haggle price around a little bit with some of our bigger projects, but that's the name of the fucking game, right? It's when we're talking about $1 million project, that's completely different than a fucking $200 whatever the fuck we're working on inside the shop. But we'll have people, they try to do that because they like to haggle. You know, they come in, they're like, hey, I got this. We're like, cool, we can do it for this amount. Yeah, I'm actually, you know, I'm thinking it's more like this. And I'm like, yeah, no, I'm sorry, but our prices are non-negotiable. Yeah, but I mean, you sure you can't do it for this? Like, no, we can't. No. If you ask me one more time, I'm going to physically escort you off of this property. So
I'd have no idea if I've told this story on here before, but it's
been 3 years, Josh.
I know, I probably have.
I don't know. You've been alive since the 1800s, so it might be a new one.
It probably is. So there was this horse. No.
Horse?
Whose horse? This was back when I was a service manager back to, pre-leadership, pre-development.
Mm-hmm.
Asshole me.
You make it sound like that went away.
I've just learned to church it up a little bit. I get a phone call from one of my technicians. I answer the phone, and I cannot hear my technician because the client is yelling at him so loud, I can't hear my technician.
Well, I'm en route.
And all of a sudden, he's like, Sir, I am on the phone. Sir, I'm going to need you to calm down. And so my response was, do you need me to come there? He said, no, I got it under control.
Don't fucking sound like it.
Doesn't sound like it, but he's like, no, I've got it. This is what's going on. He wants a second opinion. I said, does he want a second opinion from us or another company?
Or another doctor?
He said, no, he wants a second opinion from my service manager, which was me at the time. I said, okay. He had a bad compressor, 25-year-old system. It was garbage. There was no fixing it.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing we had done. The fucking thing was old and died.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't believe that my technician, though. So we set a time. I go to this gentleman's house. I do a full diagnostic on the equipment. Sure enough, my technician is correct. We can't repair it. We've got to look at upgrading the system because it's so old. All of the variables that were in play, we couldn't get a compressor. He says, okay, he said, meet me in my office this afternoon with a proposal. Fine. I go back to the office, my office, work up a proposal, meet him at his office. He's a used car salesman. Not only is he a used car salesman, he owns the used car dealership. And it's one of these corner lots that every town has.
It's got a 1996 Buick sitting out in front.
Yep.
That they want 10
it's
grand
the little
for.
building with the glass window with a single bay. So anyway, I walk in and put the proposal on his desk, and it's like around $8,000. He said, and I'll spare my poor impersonation of his dialect, but he said, I'll give you $7,200. And I said, this is not a used car. This is $8,000. Because I was already pissed at this guy. And by the way, when I was at his house, he tried to yell at me too. Yeah. And that lasted about...
I don't see you taking that well.
It didn't go well. I just politely told him to not yell at me.
Right.
In a way that was non-negotiable.
Is there a gun involved? Or?
So, when I get to his house, I'm already fed up with this guy. I don't even want him as a client anymore because he's the worst fucking customer I've had. Mm-hmm. So I put the proposal down. He says, I'll give you $7,200. I said, no, it's not a used car. This is the price. Take it or leave it. When I said, no, this is not a used car, I swear to God, he laughed and signed my proposal.
Because he knows his job is bullshit.
And that from that moment forward, he was the best customer.
No shit.
Yes. He asked that I be involved in the entire installation process because he trusted me. Mm-hmm. Because I called him on all of his bullshit.
Right.
But he trusted me, and he was the best customer. He introduced me to his wife. It was no big deal. Everything that we needed, anything that we needed, we had. He turned up being the best customer. Mm-hmm. I had made patiently, and I had no training at that point. I didn't understand it. I just was going through the motions of my job. But I learned that I didn't do a good job of connecting with that individual, right, as the provider, which meant he just didn't trust me. Mm-hmm. And if you don't work to have that trust,
motherfucker didn't trust himself either.
No,
because he knows how he sells.
Oh yeah.
So he automatically projected onto you that you were going to do the same thing. You got to break that out of him because he's never the best customer.
Never
Until
we cut through the bullshit, and then he was phenomenal.
Can we start holding that seminar, customer training? We just round up people off the street. We're like, here, come in here. This is how you buy things.
How to be, how to be the best customer. And I'm not the type of person. I have never asked for a discount. And I know people that will haggle, that love to negotiate and haggle. Go ahead.
I will, but only on Craigslist.
Well, okay.
Because there's money factored in there for haggling because it's such commonplace.
So,
I posted my rock crawler.
Yeah.
I posted it for 18 grand, and I was like, I'll take 15 for it, but let me see what I can get out of it.
Well, I think there's something different than asking for a discount and making a counter offer.
Okay, that's.
I see it differently.
Right.
It may not be, but if you had something for sale and then be like, hey,
it's like
is there a nice guy discount?
Yeah,
Like, can you knock?
Yeah,
but
it's part of the game of selling used equipment or used cars or whatever. There's some people that they're pit bulls about it and they fucking end up being used car salesmen, but that's almost kind of the fun of selling used shit online.
Yeah.
It's like it's this little we don't know each other, but we're gonna get at each other kind of a thing. It's standard practice,
right? Yeah. But again, I think you go into that knowing that is the expectation.
Yeah, exactly.
My landlords, because I lived in an apartment up in VC, my landlord knocked on my door a week or two ago, which I knew they were there.
You renting out your old childhood home from the 1870s?
Like, you'd not believe it. This used to be my bedroom and my entire family's bedroom. It was 2 rooms. Knock on the door. I open. They hand me a small gift. They said, hey, we just wanted to say thanks for being an exceptional renter. A tenant was what they said, an exceptional tenant. I was like, huh.
You guys stop it. I'm blushing.
Yeah, I'm like.
That's fucking awesome, though. The appreciation of that.
Right.
And you'll realize that once you become the best customer, right? That you'll realize that you do get a couple more breaks or you get a little bit better treatment. Dude, and
you know how many times I look at a bill from a restaurant and something's not been put on there?
Right.
And they'll put it down. They'll be like, hey, I took care of that last drink. Or this is on me or whatever.
I got a friend of mine that bitches at me all the time for that because I tip fat. Because I used to be in those industries, so I tip really well, especially if we go to the bars. So I get free drinks all the time. She'll be like, this always happens to you. And I'm like, it's because of how I treat people. It has nothing to do with me. It's not because I'm white or a man or I'm big and I'm burly or anything like that. It's because I communicate with people. I look them in the eyes. I buy them a drink. I'll buy a bartender every bar I go into. I'm like, hey, what are you drinking tonight? They're like, boss man said no. I'm like, okay, cool, man. Well, if you change your mind, this will be sitting down the bar here a little ways. You can take it out back or something, So, but it's, the better you treat people as a customer, the better deals you're going to get or the better. And you're not doing it for that, That's
a great point.
If you're like, oh, I tipped you this much, I should get a free drink. It's like, no. God damn it.
And it may not even be that time, may not be the second time, may not be the third time.
Right.
But you're going to go in there one time and either the manager, the owner, whatever business, food industry. I mean, when I had the HVAC company, if one of our best customers called and said, hey, Josh, can you guys drop off a filter? Mm-hmm. I said, absolutely, Nate. No worries.
Yep.
Drop it off, and I'll tell Marcus, I say, hey, don't invoice it.
Mm-hmm.
Just drop it, give him a filter. It's a result of your behavior.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't go unrecognized. It may not be recognized when you think it should be, but that's not an excuse or a justification to alter your behavior.
Well, because, we've also gotten to this point from a sociological standpoint where if you're nice and friendly and you make eye contact, you come off kind of sleazy. Like, people are like, what's your edge? Like, why are you treating me this way? Because they get treated so shittily so frequently, especially in contracting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like everybody's got an edge, and it's, you just got to be genuine with people.
Right.
Don't be over the top. Don't be sucking somebody's dick about stupid shit.
Yeah, you don't have to be weird.
No, just be genuine. Look somebody in the eye, shake their hand, talk to them, ask them about who they are. That's I feel like that's the hugest one. Is that hugest?
Yep, we're going with it.
We're going with it. But people want to be seen, and especially when you're in that position of customer, and the person on the other end is doing their best to be friendly and attentive and all this stuff, do you know frequently they don't get seen? Yeah. They're just the transaction machine, right? And like you were talking about how when you go up to like in a convenience store, you walk up and look them in the eye and ask them how their day's going. And like you said, the posture changed, the shoulders drop, the chest comes out a little bit. Like they feel validated. They feel like they're seen. They're not just a robot in this fucking cog.
And not only validated, but valued.
Yes.
So that's my challenge to people is the next time you walk into a convenience store or a coffee shop or a restaurant or whatever, be purposeful about being the best customer. Mm-hmm. When you walk into that convenience store and you get your morning caffeine or whatever it is.
Nicotine, caffeine, sugar.
Most of them have a name badge on. Mm-hmm. You know, look at them and go, Nate, good morning. How's your day going so far?
Why am I the one behind the counter? It should be Matt. Okay.
You're behind the counter. But purposefully engage with those people. Make eye contact with them and watch how the experience changes. Mm-hmm. And do that consistently. And guess what's going to happen? You're going to walk in there one day and they're going to, from behind the counter, they're going to yell to you, good morning, by your first name when you walk in.
Yep.
Over whoever is standing in line, over the rest of the customers in there, they're going to acknowledge you when you walk in.
Yep.
Work to be the best customer.
Well, and I feel like the best gauge of that is go into any gas station in the morning at 5 a.m. when all the construction workers are in there and they're all staring at their phones and fucking kicking their feet around because they don't want to be there. Mm-hmm. And watch each and every one of those guys go through that line, and then you get up there and do exactly what you just said, and you see it instantly. Fucking happens instantly.
It's like herding zombie cattle. You know, in the morning when you watch that, everybody's in line. You know, nut to butt, looking on their phone, waiting for their transaction time so they can go out and do whatever it is that they fucking complain about doing. And it's like, you watch this.
And then they'll all run around and say, dirty hands, clean money. It's like, you guys bitched the whole fucking time you were here, you fucks.
Man, he doesn't deserve that. I'm sure. That's a lot of stuff. But that's a good observation point from you is, watch how people interact and engage and then do that. Change the standard. Change that relationship. Change that whole interaction. Be the fucking best customer. And if you are in business, watch your business change.
Right. Dude, and the thing is, like, the vendors we have are some of the fucking most amazing people that... And the thing is, none of it's bullshit. They're not out there trying to... They know they can't buy us with... fucking golf tournaments and fucking lunches and drinks and whatever shit. They do. Ken Shoemaker's the best example of this because it's like, you always take us out to lunch and whatnot. And I'm just like, Ken, have we spent enough this year for you to take us golfing? He's like, you guys want to go golfing? Fuck yeah, let's go golfing. So it was like him and...
Because he knows you guys don't normally want to do that
shit. Yeah. But him and Chris, they were like, fuck yeah, whatever course. It's like, I want to go to Genoa Lakes. And they're like, fuck yeah. And I don't want to be rude, but you got to wear a polo and like some nice shorts. And I'm like, I did not know that, but thank you. Because usually I call golf at Carson Valley and wear a t-shirt and jeans or whatever, like some white trash piece of shit. But yeah, it's awesome because, dude, and the thing is, like, if you are that good of a customer, they'll help guide you through a lot of the shit that you need to understand about your industry. They'll be like, well, hey, just these guys over here, they do this. And it seems to work for them in relation to this problem that you're having. That they're solutions based for you. They go around and especially your outside sales reps, they talk to everybody. So they've got insight on all sorts of shit. And they're not giving you trade secrets. They're just like, hey, this is an option,
I had one of my vendors, my primary vendor, we didn't buy our equipment from them mainly because there was one brand of equipment I wanted to sell and they didn't sell it. And I wasn't willing to sacrifice what I wanted to offer, but we bought everything else from this vendor. He comes into my shop one day. He says, hey, I want to talk to you real quick. What's up? He said, I work with every HVAC company in this area, probably 75 plus contractors. He said, your guys are the only ones that walk into our store with a smile, they say hello, and they ask how we're doing. The only contractor.
Jesus.
He said, and it's everyone.
Because you have a great culture and people are actually happy while they're at work.
So a result of that, we were one of only 2 companies that were able to set up an in-house consignment inventory.
So they would just hold on. How does that work?
I had
in-house
shelves.
consignment?
I had shelves of parts that I didn't own until we took it off the shelf. They stocked
So
our
you were
shelves.
like almost a distributor, but you only distributed to yourself?
Yep.
That is fucking nuts.
Yep.
You know what you need to stock, so you stock it?
Yep. And we built an entire inventory off of them. They equipped us with the whole scanning system. So it would, yeah. We were one of only 2 shops in the whole area that they did that for. But it was because we were their best customer.
I'm going to have to go talk to Lindy and fucking A&L about all this shit.
And it was like, so we stocked, everything, all of our service parts, sheet metal. I don't know about sheet metal, but at least all of our service parts, we had a full consignment agreement. And every week they would restock our shelves for us.
So there's just some rep comes out there that's, you've already scanned everything, so they know what you're missing, so they know what you need refilled.
So
they show up with a truck full of parts and just restock all the shit?
Every week.
Jesus fucking Christ. Where do I get that?
Right.
Yeah.
Which was tens and tens of thousands of dollars of inventory that I didn't have to pay for.
Right.
We didn't pay for it until it left that shelf.
Jesus.
And so when it left the shelf and went to a van, it went on our monthly billing because we were the best customer.
See? It's gorgeous at the top, isn't it?
By the way, they offered that to us. We didn't ask for it.
Yeah, right. But
yeah,
if you're that awesome of a client, they're looking for ways to keep you around, right?
Exactly.
I mean, and you should be doing the same thing for any one of your clients.
Right. So how brilliant, right? Like, why are we going to buy these parts from somebody else? We have them on our shelf. Now, we had to put systems in place because the guys got carried away and would go shopping.
Nah. Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute, guys.
Yeah. That bill's racking up.
Yeah. But it's, of course, it's like, oh, yeah, we'll provide the parts. They know that we're not going to buy them from anybody else because it's already in our shop.
Yeah. Talk about monopolizing. Jesus.
Smart.
Yeah. That's brilliant.
Very smart. We're going to a birthday dinner.
We are. For Karina.
Yeah.
Another one of the tradie ladies, which she'll be on here in a couple weeks.
She's going to, coming up. Can you believe we're in holiday season? November kicks off holiday season.
Dude, I'm at the point in my life right now where I don't give a fuck about any of this.
I like Thanksgiving.
Dude, I don't give a fuck about any of it.
We're
all like celebrating pagan rituals and shit, and I'm just like, why are we here? Like, let's just do the winter solstice, man. Let's do it.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it does affect the schedule.
It sure as shit does, man. I think the weather is more of a telltale sign of shit than anything is. But the thing, especially around here, because everybody does so well, that weather hits, and they're like, fuck yeah, man, we're taking a week off. It's snowing. Sorry, we're not going to be out there. And they've made enough money for the year. And it's, but as far as we're concerned, we're like, no, we're going to hammer down in the last 2 months of this year. We're going to fucing push and push and push and make sure that the profit at the end of the year is as high as possible. And what Ed Milet was talking about that passing season. While everybody else is like, oh, we've done enough. And, we did good this year. It's like, fuck that. We're coming by you right now. We're going to pass you up.
That's Monday morning and Friday afternoon of every week.
Yeah. Yep. He has a season for it. It's November through December.
But that mindset,
that
passing that you're talking about, that's all people have to do is work harder 8 hours a week. First 4 hours of Monday, last 4 hours of Friday, and they'll fucking pass up so many people.
Dude. Yep.
But, well, I'm excited for the festive season. I don't care about gifts. I don't like gifts. I don't put up a Christmas tree. It's just to me, it's too much goddamn work.
I've always enjoyed giving gifts. I don't like receiving them.
I don't like receiving them either.
I love putting a thought into it. It's not about like, just buying somebody. I always hated that. People were like, hey, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like,
for you to stop asking.
Yeah, what the fuck is the point? You're just going shopping for me. Like, that's dumb.
I know I may not act like it, but I'm a grown ass adult.
Yeah, I can go buy whatever I want.
Buying shit.
But because the thing is, like, there's sometimes I'll buy somebody something kind of elaborate, but then I'll get them something that's $5 but it means more.
Right.
You know, like, I feel like that's the point of gift giving. If you're going to give a gift, it should be a thoughtful interaction, you know? And so, like, I do like the aspect of giving gifts at Christmas. I don't like the act of receiving them. Because it's just like nobody puts the energy into it that I do. And it's going back to fucking being a customer and expectations on other people. I'm just like, you bought me some, like, you know, it's whatever. I can go buy this shit myself. Like, I'd rather just give. Giving sounds better than receiving.
I would rather just hang out. Let's eat good food together.
Mm-hmm. Good bourbon, good steak.
That is my, don't buy me a gift. Let's hang out.
Yeah. We fucked up with Thanksgiving by doing the turkey thing. I think it should be beef Wellington. If everybody did a beef Wellington for Thanksgiving, you'd really see who can cook for one.
I don't know if I've ever had beef Wellington.
Oh my God, it's amazing. But also for two, you would appreciate it a little more. You know.
Have you ever had masturbating cow beef stroganoff?
I do love beef stroganoff.
I've never had that either.
That's sweet. You never had beef stroganoff?
No.
It's like noodles and beef, and it's like in a sour cream sauce. It's fucking delicious.
I don't think I've ever had it.
It's Swiss.
I just
Swiss or Swedish, one or the other.
I always like that joke.
Yeah.
I'm done. You done?
Yep. I feel like I've rambled enough.
Let's go hang out with Karina.
Yep.
And happy birthday to her.
Mm-hmm.
You can find Nate on Instagram at NateNewton87. I am on Instagram at The Tradesman Experience. Email is thetradesmanexperience@gmail.com, and the website is thetradesmanexperience.com, and the YouTube channel is The Tradesman Experience. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Get out there, get shit done. Be proud to be a tradesman. See ya.